This is a practice for Uddiyana Bandha. Stand in mountain pose with the outsides of the feet parallel. Place the hands on the thighs and push the hands into the thighs. Bend at the knees slightly, stoop forward slightly, and tuck the chin into the notch of the collarbone if possible. Then take a deep breath in and exhale, push the air out forcefully until the lungs are completely empty. Suck the abdominal organs in towards the spine and up into the rib cage, firming down through the hands. Then lift the hands up off the thighs, stand up straight and place the hands on the hips. Hold it for as long as possible. Then release the abdominal organs, and after you release the abdominal organs, only then lift the chin up and then take an inhalation. Be sure to do it in that sequence. Then take a few deep breaths before repeating again. Chin in the notch, bending into the knees, sending the hips slightly back, stooping forwards, hands on the thighs. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, suck the organs up and in, hold them there, and slowly start to stand up. See the ending of it there. It's very important that you release the abdominal organs before you've taken your inhale again. Of course, the breath remains expelled for the entire duration of the abdomen being sucked in. Uddiyana means flying up. Strictly speaking, it is not an asana, but a bandha, that is, a restraint. As condensers, fuses, and switches control the flow of electricity, so bandhas regulate the flow of prana, energy. In this bandha, the prana or energy is made to flow from the lower abdomen towards the head. This is taken from Light on Yoga by B.K.S. Iyengar. The effects of Uddiyana Bandha are that it tones the abdominal organs, increases the gastric fire, and eliminates toxins in the digestive tract. It is recommended to practice this before pranayama. And now, please listen to the sound of the breath. We shall now practice Nauli, which is a progression from Uddiyana Bandha, turning it from a restraint into a process. The same steps are followed: deep inhalation, quick exhalation, drawing the abdominal organs up and in, and then the next step is to extend the abdominal recti forward. And then to reverse the process methodically, suck them back in, draw the abdominal organs forward again, stand up, lift the chin, and then take an inhalation. and a few deep breaths. Here the restraint of Uddiyana Bandha, of just pulling the organs up, now becomes a process where you can actively push the abdominal recti forward and even move it around if you have the capacity to do so. Over here, as you can see, the abdominal recti are remaining stationary. However, the final stage is to move them from side to side. As with Uddiyana Bandha, Nauli should be practiced on an empty stomach after evacuating the bladder and bowels. It is good to practice this first thing in the morning. The word Nauli is not found in standard dictionaries. Ulola, meaning a large wave or surge, conveys some idea of the process of Nauli, where the abdominal muscles and organs are made to move laterally and vertically in a surging motion. Now means a boat, and li, to cling to, lie on, hide or cover. The pitching of a boat on a stormy sea conveys some idea of the process of Nauli. Nauli is a kriya or process and not an asana. Care should be observed in its performance, otherwise the process leads to numerous diseases. It is not therefore recommended for the average practitioner. We shall now practice pranayama. I shall explain the practice by quoting Light on Yoga by B.K.S. Iyengar. First I shall read a passage which explains bandhas, nadis and chakras. Then I shall explain the purpose of Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, which is the pranayama I am practicing here. And then I shall go into detail about the technique that I am using to practice it. So, to quote Light on Yoga, Bandha means bondage, joining together, fettering or catching hold of. It is also a posture in which certain organs or parts of the body are contracted and controlled. Nadi is a tubular channel in the body through which energy flows. Chakras are wheels or circles. Those in the body are the flywheels in the body machinery. When electricity is generated, it is necessary to have transformers, conductors, fuses, switches, and insulated wires to carry the power to its destination, as without these the electricity generated would be lethal. When prana is made to flow in the yogi's body by the practice of pranayama, it is equally necessary for him to employ bandhas to prevent the dissipation of energy. and to carry it to the right quarters without causing damage elsewhere. Without the bandhas, prana is lethal. The three main bandhas, which are important for pranayama, are Jalandhara Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and Mula Bandha. The first one which the yogi should master is Jalandhara. Jala means a net, a web, a lattice, or a mesh. In Jalandhara, the neck and throat are contracted and the chin is made to rest on the chest, in the notch between the collarbones and at the top of the breastbone. It is mastered while doing Sharvang Asana and its cycles, for here also the chin is pressed against the sternum. The Jalandhara Bandha regulates the flow of blood and prana to the heart, the glands in the neck, and the head together with the brain. If pranayama is performed without Jalandhara Bandha, pressure is immediately felt on the heart, behind the eyeballs, and in the ear cavity, and the head feels dizzy. Jalandhara Bandha is essential in the three processes of pranayama, namely puraka, inhalation, rechaka, exhalation, and kumbhaka, retention. Uddiyana means flying up. The process in Uddiyana Bandha is to lift the diaphragm high up the thorax and to pull in the abdominal organs against the back towards the spine. It is said that through Uddiyana Bandha, the great bird prana is forced to fly up through the Susumna Nadi, the main channel for the flow of nervous energy, which is situated inside the Merudanda or spinal column. It is said that Uddiyana is the best of bandhas, and he who constantly practices it as taught by his guru becomes young again. It is said to be the lion that kills the elephant named Death. It should be performed only during Bhaya Kumbhaka following Rechaka, that is, during the interval between complete exhalation and fresh inhalation when breathing is suspended. It exercises the diaphragm and abdominal organs. The cavity created by the lift of the diaphragm gives a gentle massage to the muscles of the heart, thereby toning it. Uddiyana Bandha should never be attempted during Antara Kumbhaka, that is the interval between complete inhalation and the start of exhalation when breath is retained. Otherwise it will strain the heart and diaphragm and the eyes will puff out. Mula means a root, source, origin or cause, basis or foundation. Mula Bandha is the region between the anus and the scrotum. By contracting this region, Appana Vayu, the prana in the lower abdomen, whose course is downward, is made to flow up to unite with Prana Vayu, which has its seat in the region of the chest. Mula Bandha should be attempted first in Antara Kumbhaka, retention after inhalation. The region of the lower abdomen between the navel and the anus is contracted towards the spine and pulled up towards the diaphragm. In Uddiyana Bandha, the entire region from the anus to the diaphragm up to the sternum is pulled back towards the spine and lifted up. But in Mula Bandha, the whole lower abdominal area between the anus and the navel is contracted, pulled back to the spine and lifted towards the diaphragm. Now I shall read the description of Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. Nadi is a tubular organ of the body like an artery or a vein for the passage of prana or energy. A nadi has three layers like an insulated electric wire. The innermost layer is called sira, the middle layer damani, and the entire organ as well as the outer layer is called nadi. Sodhana meaning purifying or cleansing, so the object of Nadi Shodhana Pranayama is the purification of the nerves. A little obstruction in a water pipe can cut off the supply completely. A little obstruction in the nerves can cause great discomfort and paralyze a limb or organ. Now the technique. Sit in any comfortable position like Padmasana, Siddhasana or Virasana. I am sitting in Padmasana. Keep the back erect and rigid. Lower the head to the trunk. Rest the chin in the notch between the collarbones just above the breastbone. This is Uddiyana Bandha. Stretch the left arm. Rest the back of the left wrist on the left knee. Perform Dhyana Mudra with the left hand. This is, in short, to place the tip of the index finger and the tip of the thumb together, creating a firm connection between the two, and then extending fully out through the other three fingers. Bend the right arm at the elbow. Bend the index and middle fingers towards the palm, keeping them passive. Bring the ring and little fingers towards the thumb. Place the right thumb on the right side of the nose, just below the nasal bone. The ring and little fingers on the left side of the nose, just below the nasal bone, just above the curve of the fatty tissue of the nostrils above the upper jaw. Press the ring and little finger to block the left side of the nose completely. With the right thumb, press the fatty tissue on the right side so as to make the outer edge of the right nostril parallel to the lower edge of the cartilage of the septum. The right thumb is bent at the top joint and the tip of the thumb is placed at a right angle to the septum. Now inhale slowly and deeply, controlling the aperture of the right nostril with the tip of the thumb nearer the nail. Fill the lungs to the brim. During this inhalation, left nostril is completely blocked by the ring and little fingers. After full inhalation, block the right nostril completely with the pressure of the thumb and release the pressure of the ring and little fingers on the left nostril. Readjust them on the outer edge of the left nostril and keep it parallel to the septum. Exhale slowly, steadily and deeply through the left nostril. Empty the lungs completely. The pressure should be exerted from the inner sides of the tips of the ring and little fingers away from the nails. After full exhalation through the left nostril, change the pressure on it by adjusting the fingers. In the changed position, the tips of the ring and little fingers nearer the nails exert the pressure. Now inhale through the left nostril slowly, steadily and deeply, filling the lungs to the brim. After full inhalation through the left nostril, block it and exhale through the right nostril, adjusting the pressure of the right thumb on the right nostril. This completes one cycle of Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. Inhalation and exhalation from each side should take the same time. In the beginning, the duration will be unequal. Persevere until equality is achieved. After achieving mastery over the equal duration and precision over inhalation and exhalation on either side, an attempt may be made to retain breath, antara kumbhaka, after inhaling. This precision is only achieved after long practice. Retention should not disturb the rhythm and equality of inhalation and exhalation. If either are disturbed, curtail the period of retention or hold the breath on alternate cycles. During retention after inhalation, practice Mula Bandha. Do not attempt to hold the breath after exhalation until you have mastered retention after inhalation. Then, during Baya Kumbhaka, practice Uddiyana with Mula Bandha. Retention and the lengthening of inhalation and exhalation should only be attempted with the help and guidance of an experienced guru. Always conclude by lying down in Shavasana. Corpse pose. The effects of Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. The blood receives a larger supply of oxygen than in Nadi Shodhana than in normal breathing, so that one feels refreshed and the nerves are calmed and purified. The mind becomes still and lucid. Now, please listen to the sound of the breathing. Also note here in this video that my head is slightly tilted to the side. This is incorrect, and it's because I have not achieved yet the equality of breathing through each nostril. So I'm trying to breathe through one nostril. I'm trying to make up for the fact that I can't breathe evenly by tilting my head to the side, which I am trying to practice not to do. So do not follow that. Try to keep the chin symmetrical dividing the body into two sections.
He just had a £6,000-7,000 loan. He had a £6,000-7,000 loan from his card. You're allowed to pay out over £1,000 on the card. And where did you get that from? Sorry?
At the end of this practice, I retain the breath, place the hand on the knee, lift the head up slowly from the chin, and then slowly exhale the air through the nose. Then I take another deep breath in through the nose, blow out through the mouth, inhale again through the nose, and blow out through the mouth again, except to make the exhalation longer and deeper, you can stick the tongue out and curl it. That'll mean that there is a smaller volume of air that can pass per second. So therefore, you can extend the exhalation, lengthening the exhalation, and you can also use more force in the lungs, and it gives them a greater exercise here. So just listen to this correct sound.